Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be servicing a Honda single stage 720. A neighbor brought it over, asked me to service it before the winter. So everybody should know that I love the single stage Hondas. I've got two 621s. I've had 520s in the past. This is a 720. Honda doesn't sell them anymore. They discontinued them a few years ago. But I love the single stages. And I have a video on why if you want to check it out in the channel. But they're just so easy to use. The reason why they call it a single stage is because they got rubber paddles that collects the snow and throws it right out of the chute without a blower, without a impeller fan. So that's why they call it a single stage. It's like using a lawnmower. I mean, it's light. I was able to just lift it off the ground, put it on my workbench here. So it's just, there's so many positives to the single stages. I like having a couple old 80s as backups, you know, for the berms and everything. This may not be the greatest in the wet slushy snow, but it still performs pretty well. So I'm going to be doing a service on this today. I already checked the paddles, and the paddles need to be replaced, so that's not too difficult. And it's not as difficult as a service on a bigger machine. It's almost the same thing, basically. Changing the oil, checking the plug or replacing it, checking the cable. You've only got one cable on this that does the auger, the paddles. And then you've got the auger belt right here. I took the side cover off to inspect the belt, the wheels here. There's a spring that you can inspect. The auger cable can be adjusted. It was really loose and it was kept on falling off, so I could adjust that, which was fairly easy. Now I usually take the cover off because I want to get into the machine and clean it out. There could be a mouse nest in there or critters, so I take the cover off. And you've got an extra oil dipstick, so when you drain your oil, you can put your funnel on the other dipstick oil port, to fill it up. So taking this off is really fairly easy. You take the fuel cap off. I already did it. I already took that off, the fuel cap. I release the chute. And then you've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little bolts. And this comes off. Now you can access your engine bay. Here's your little engine here. And I cleaned it all out with the compressor, with my air compressor hose. I cleaned it all out, and I can inspect everything inside. It's even though the cover, let me show you. The cover has a little door here for your plug, so you can access the plug without taking the cover off. But like I said, there's so much more I can do in here. I can check all the connections. I can check the hoses, the fuel lines and everything. The carburetor, if the carburetor needs to be cleaned out, I can take this cover off and clean out my carburetor. In this case, the carburetor is pretty good. It starts on the first pull. So I can do a lot of inspecting, you know, with the cover off. I can change the oil and check my chute control here, and I could check my cable for my chute, which was kind of locked up. So I was able to pull the boots off, spray some cable lube in there, and now the cable works fine. So after I do all this, I'm gonna replace the paddles. I suggest you use Honda paddles. It's a sure fit, and once you've got the, they're kind of pricey, but these paddles lasted for 3 years. It's a 3-year-old machine. Some people, I've used aftermarket paddles before with success, but then again, it depends on the quality of the aftermarket paddles. Some of them are not that good, and then owners have complained that they don't get any throwing power, or they're difficult. They're not adjustable per se. Your housing guard below is adjustable. So sometimes you can get the housing guard with the paddle set. I usually recommend it if your housing guard is worn out. So anyways, I'm just going to put official Honda paddles on it, readjust the housing guard, and it doesn't take very long. It usually takes me about 45 minutes. It's just a bunch of screw and nuts. There's 2 on each paddle, okay? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 paddles on this machine. So that don't take very long. And then I already changed the oil. I already checked the plug on this. I can put the cover back on. I cleaned it all out, of all the dirt, pine needles and dirt and dust and leaves and all kinds of crap that was in here. And then I can reinstall my cover and my chute. Here's my chute cable. And then I'm pretty much good to go. All I have to do, everything's buttoned up, is test everything, test drive everything. See if I need to tweak anything, fine tune anything, and then she's good to go. So thanks for watching, folks. Please like and subscribe if you think this has helped you, and we'll see you next time.